Hello everyone, it is Sunday the 1st of April and I'm going to do a quick update on where I am with Eternal Promise. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's the regular size chart and I'm doing it the large format because I've got a paper copy of this. And so I've got the large format chart, so the pages are slightly smaller, but the overall size will be the same. So, in January, I did these 3 pages to finish off that row of pages, which was the second row. And then in February, I started the third row of pages and did 2 pages, which is this frame here and the trees in the background. And then in March, 2 more pages, and we've got Owen's got a neck at last, and started on her arm and body and dress starting there, and then Aragorn, well, Arwen's hands, Aragorn's hand there, and that is where I've got to. So in the first 3 months of the year I have done the equivalent of a row of pages, which is the kind of pace I was aiming for. So that's all going very well so far. They're looking very nice. And now I'm about to move on to my April goal, which is to complete the row. That's 3 pages. 2 of them are the full-size large format pages, and then there's a partial page, which is the end of the row page. And as that's quite small, casting a bit of a shadow, as that's quite small, I stitch it all in one go. So it's going to take me most of the month to get there. What I'm planning to do is just pop in with an update once I've got the first page done, and I'll take you through that first page. So I'll see you shortly for you, but it'll be a little while for me, not too long. I'll talk to you later. Hello again, it is now April the 9th and I'm back with an update on Eternal Promise. Managed to finish the page, oh, I remembered it this morning, 19, page 19, and it's mostly his sleeve and his outfit and his cloak, so that's most of the page, that's why it's so quick. There's, I zoom in, so there's lots of colour changes, but not a lot of colours, so you kind of just switch in between a few to do the light and dark shading, get the effect of his cloak. And then a strip of woodland. So this kind of like little fluffy bits of tree, this is what's coming up over on this side. It's probably not for the whole of this page, so I'm expecting it's going to be a lot more confetti filled, because although you've got a lot of the dark colours, and I mean there's a tree trunk there, so that's going to be a lot of dark colour, similar to how it is there. What you do get is a lot more of these light pieces, and these pieces, let's see, can I get in? These bits are where all the confetti is. So those small parts are made up of 5 or 6 colours, just a few stitches of each. And because they're not very big at the moment, you're kind of starting them and stopping them almost straight away. So there we are. Another page done. It's nice because it feels like they're coming along now. Not not that long ago. I mean, only the last row. When did I stitch that? That was probably around December time. We've got heads. Was it December? No, I was finishing game with them, wasn't I? Late last year when I stitched it. It was just the heads, floating heads. And so since then I've done, actually, the equivalent of this, that was January, February, March, start of April, and then the rest of it. There's 2 more pages in here, so I think it's like the other pages up to there, and then a very small page at the end which will be carrying on this border down and part of the forest. So that's what I've got coming up, but I'll come back again when I've had another page finished, hopefully in just over a week, but obviously it'll just be a quick flip for you. But before then, I've been working on something else, and this is back stitching time. I'm looking quite bulky because of the way I folded it up. So this is what I've done, and I have finished another page, and I got most of the way through this page before I got fed up. I don't know, I just didn't feel like stitching it, so I put it away, because we stitch what we want. Even though I have focus pieces and I have plans for what I want to do, if I'm not feeling something, it gets put away for a bit. And then invariably, once it gets put away for a bit, then it starts preying on my mind that I'd like to get on with it. I'd like to put a few more stitches in. And that's what happened with this. And I had quite a lot of it done. That's probably just like this bit that wasn't really, well, it was partially done. Because I'd started doing columns, and then I decided, then I'd put it away. This page has been put away twice. This is the page that's done for me on this one. So I'd started in columns, and that wasn't working. It just wasn't feeling right. So I think that's when I put it away the first time, and then I got it out again and decided that I'd try colour by colour. And that was going okay. I was doing really well. This bit, and this, zoom in, because I can. There we go. That is just so, find my hook. That's so full of confetti. It's immense. But that wasn't the bad thing. The bit I hated, this bit. All this cream is almost as bad as stitching white. And it's not just one shade of cream, it's 3 shades there to make up the effect that looks like it's fabric. I mean, it looks more like stitching fabric than the fabric that I'm stitching on, but stitching fabric to stitch on, that's doesn't make any sense. And it's so difficult. So, I think that's what I got bored with, this bit. So, originally my plan was, I'm going to stitch all the centre bit, I'll go round the hoop and I'll work round and I'll go up. And I'm fed up with that. So, back to when I put this away. I took it off the frame, I folded everything up, I put it away. I kept the bobbins in the bobbin box, but my pattern, I have a PDF, and when I started the page, I started working electronically. Then when I went back to it, I worked on paper, printed out the paper, because I was doing page colour by colour, and I like to have the whole page, more of the page in front of me than when I'm working from my iPad. So I'd printed it, and I diligently highlighted the colour that I was going to stitch, and then highlighted over that to show that I'd stitched it. And then when it came to putting it away, I threw that bit of paper away. I was not going to come back to this one. This one was going into the forever naughty pile, never to be completed. And then I just said, I could get that out, I could do it. I had this bit to do, I had spots everywhere and no pattern page. Well, that's okay because I can print another copy, I can work from the PDF, except some was highlighted, some should have been highlighted. I'd stitched most of it and I didn't know what I hadn't stitched. So a lot of this has been working out what I haven't stitched and stitching it and trying to mark that onto my PDF. But I've got there. Finally, this bit was a bit that was mostly unstitched, and actually it's a lot of it's one colour. This is gorgeous. There's a lot of single colours in there. Oops. Again. Ooh, focus. There's a lot of bits of colour in there. Some of my stitches are quite wonky, but then again at some points I was guessing where that colour was going. It's 28 count. I don't use a magnifier. I'm not sure colour by colour is going to work on this fabric. It's Monaco. It's very tight weave. Just about to see, very tight weave. But it's done. So that's 6 pages done now. That's the middle page. And page above and page below. Two columns there. So the next page, the page next to this, has only got a little tiny bit of that in there. I just don't want to do it. So I am going underneath, and that should take me into the winter shelf and my first person. I think once I get person on here, I'll feel a lot happier with it. But I also need to work out the method of stitching that I'm going to use. I'm not sure I'm cut out for colour by colour. I don't like leaving lots of little gaps everywhere. It's a head thing. I don't know. I mean, it worked. I got through all this. But the thought of just having lots of little spots of blank spots and not knowing, having to concentrate. I concentrate anyway, but having to concentrate more than I really want to concentrate. So I don't know. I mean, normally I kind of work 10 rows down, but follow the colour until my thread runs out. And that kind of gives you that nice little cascadey waterfall effect. No parking. I'm using this on key snaps. I'm not sure I really want to park because I don't want threads dangling every time I put it away. So I'll see and come up with something. I could try colour by colour across 10 row blocks. That might work. Train myself, work my way up. But as I'm only really showing these when I've done a page, it's going to be a very long time before we see anything more. I've got lots of other stuff I want to work on as well. This is not my only project, and in terms of projects that I want to work on and get done, it's probably quite low down. I want to do Trick or Treat more, and I'm going to spend some time on Just Be soon as well. So when I next come back, it will be to have another page of Eternal Promise. And we'll see if there's anything else. It'll be bonus for you. No, that's it for now. One last little look at the cat that I did before. Oh, and a little tiny, can you see that mouse? Hang on, let me get my hook. There's a mouse on a piece of floss. I'm sure if you had the supersized version, if you're really going through it, supersize max colour. I don't know how you guys do it. But you might make him out more clearly, but he's something to look out for, little mouse. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll be back shortly for you with another update. Bye bye. Hello, it's the 20th of April today, and I finished page 20 of Eternal Promise last night. So, where are we up to? Let's grab a pen. So the page it's all part of the background. So we mostly have the big tree trunk, which kind of extends all the way up there. So big tree. And I had expected to find a small tree coming in this section, but it hasn't showed up yet. It's a bit confusing. It's there in the picture. I'm sure it's about there. We've got a bit more. So this side's a bit blockier compared to all this bit. See all the lighter colours that are coming in. This just made up a few stitches of quite a few colours. Whereas these blockier bits are the same colours repeated. So get in a bit. You can see it's the light coming in through the leaves. So it didn't take me long to stitch. I think I spent about 9 stitching sessions on this. And as you can see, just a little gap there. That's page 21, and that's what I'm about to start on. And that will be the end of the row. Which means I'll go on and I want to get scrolled up onto the bars so that I can work the next row of pages. This is the 3rd row, and that will, well, there's 9 rows in total, so I'll be 1/3 of the way through. So I'll be back soon with another update. It's not going to take long to finish this, and I want to this is the month where I do 3 pages because I include this. It's not worth calling that 1 page in terms of my rotation. So I get it stitched at the same time, and then I'll be swapping to something else which I may or may not finish, so you may or may not see. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Hello, it is Monday the 23rd of April, and I finished the row. Just got this done over the weekend. Let's see, it's only 25 stitches wide, so about there. So it's a bit of the background and the frame. Now, let's zoom in, that one. So it's kind of like the mixture of the greys and the browns, a couple of the light colours coming in. But the border is these leaves and vines. One thing I like about this is the way that the vines here match up with bits coming out into the picture. So you've got a bit coming around there, but it goes around and goes into the vines. So it kind of really ties it all together. But there's not a lot to say about it really, it's quite tiny. The flowers are full of confetti. There's quite a few colours in there, a couple of stitches of each. And really light colours, so very different to the background. So that's it, that's the whole row finished. I've now completed 3 rows of this, so that's me 1/3 of the way through in terms of the number of pages. The last row is fairly smallish, I think. I haven't looked at it for so long. It's the paper pattern that I've got, so I don't really look at it as much. So there we go, that's it so far. Actually, I'll pause you for now and I'll try and get a full picture of it. And here we are, this is a picture of the whole thing so far. Actually, I haven't seen this top bit for quite a while. There was a lot of confetti at the top there. But it looks really nice. It's seeing the whole thing like this, I just want to get on with it, but I'm going to switch to something else for a week. I've done my target of 3 pages for the month, and in May I'll be starting on the next row, and my target again 2 pages. In June 2 pages, July the 3 pages, just because of that end of the row one. But there we are, the whole thing. Really love how it looks. So I may see you shortly, or depends if I get any more page finishes done this month. Bye. It's the 26th of April and I'm back, another page finished. This is, oh, there we go, up there, Just Be, artwork by Jeff Haney, and that's what he'll look like when it's finished. And I've completed the end of row page. I'll just tilt that. So it was just along here. This page, mostly sky, clouds, bird, squiggly bird, and I think that's the tip of his glasses there. So this is the whole thing so far. Just about. There we go. So he's got his ears. And oh, there we go, a bit more sky. So yeah, the next page I'm just gonna, well, scroll this so I can get to the next set, and I'll make a start, more sky, and make a start on the edge of his glasses. I can't wait to get back to more of him again. This is actually really fun to stitch. There's a lot of colour changes. That's what makes the fur so fluffy, and these bits are really fiddly. Some more birds up there. But yeah, before the end of the month I'll get started on this, before on the 1st of May switching back to Eternal Promise for 2 more pages on that. This probably won't come out until June. I want to work on Trick or Treat in May. But I'll see what pages I finish then, and whether there's much in May to do another one of these videos. But I'll be back shortly. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing and liking and all of your comments. And I'll leave you with these ears. Bye for now, bye bye.